Welcome to our April board meeting. It's so nice to have all of you here this evening. We are going to start out with our prayer. And if you could all rise, please. And Mrs. Glenda Morrison-Fair is going to lead us in our prayer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. Let us pray. Awesome God, our creator, protector, and friend. Thank you for this amazing day, another opportunity to serve the children in Greenville County. We ask that you activate our dreams that enable us to weave strong leaders, build resilient children that are kind and gentle in character. Compel each of us to go over and beyond our known potential. We ask for unity, clarity, and a sound mind, as once again we come together to impact our future generations. Heavenly Father, we give thanks to the numerous individuals who daily give their times, talents, and hearts to creating an environment where all children have access to opportunities beyond their wildest imaginations. Thank you for our successes and challenges, where we learn to perfect humbleness, embrace collaboration, and respect for the opinions of others. Finally, dear God, we humbly ask for your grace and mercy. Lead us, guide us consistently as we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. If you'll remain standing, please. I am going to turn it over to Dr. Stiles. We have a very special guest with us here this evening, and Dr. Stiles is going to tell us a little bit about her.
Thank you so much. Well, let me say first that I'm very honored tonight to introduce our guest. Tonight we welcome Stella Ebner to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Stella is a 5th grade student at Skyland Elementary, and she was one of my sweet students as former principal at Skyland. My nickname for Stella was Sparkles. Sparkles is the nickname that originated because she always loved to look at my jewelry. But the main reason that I always called her Sparkles is that she was a sparkle at Skyland, spreading cheer to everyone she met. So we're so delighted to have you tonight here, Stella. Stella loves gardening and taking care of plants. Her favorite plant is a snake plant due to its intricate design. In addition to her love of nature, she is also very artistic. She enjoys drawing, sewing, and crocheting. Stella loves Skyland and all the activities that are offered there, as well as her teachers and the relationships that she has built with them. Stella is joined tonight by her parents, Ben and Sarah Ebner, and her sister, Grayson, who is also Sparkles #1. Thank you, Stella, and your family for being with us tonight. We appreciate it very much. And you may lead us in the pledge at this time.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So much, Stella. We have something very special on our agenda tonight. The first item, it's our honor to present the Miracle Worker Award to a heroic Greenville County Schools employee. The Miracle Worker Award was first approved by the board in 1996 to recognize individuals for going beyond the call of duty. The actions of a school administrator during a recent incident serves as an example of how we all would react during a crisis, hope we all would react during a crisis. I'd like to introduce Taylor's Elementary Administrative Assistant, Creasy Fossey, who is with us tonight, along with her husband, Chuck. If you would stand, please. She's joined with her parents, Stan and Gail Campbell, and her principal, Heather Dye, a Miracle Worker Award recipient herself. On a recent Friday after work, Ms. Fossey stopped and went inside a gas station. A woman with visible injuries entered the building, calling out for help. She had been struck by gunshots outside. Ms. Fossey said that all of her district learning and all of her district training kicked in, and she calmly took control of the situation, instructing the frightened employees to lock the doors and call 911. She began rendering aid to the victim while asking questions about her name and what had happened in case she became unconscious while waiting for emergency personnel to arrive. By doing so, she helped to secure the safety of everyone present, as well as to save the life of the victim. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to present to Kristen Fossey the Miracle Worker Award for heroic action in coming to the aid of an injured community member in distress and taking action to save her life and the lives of many others. We're so fortunate to have such an outstanding person on the Greenville County Schools team. You are a credit to the district and to your profession. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Fauci. The next item on our agenda tonight is the adoption of the consent calendar.
Madam Chairman.
Mr. Sailors.
I move for the adoption of the consent calendar as presented.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion or amendments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. The consent calendar is adopted. Dr. Royster, do you have some introductions?
Well, thank you, Ms. Bush. Got some introductions from actions taken regarding personnel at special call meeting preceding the committee of the whole earlier this month, as well as a number of assistant principals appointed tonight. First, let me introduce, and I think most of you already know her. Currently serving as principal at the Riverside Middle School, Kate Malone, who's the newly appointed assistant to the superintendent ombudsman. Okay, congratulations. Appreciate that. Appreciate the excellent job you've done at Riverside Middle, and look forward to you taking the place currently occupied by Brian Skipper, who you all recall is becoming the new executive director of student services, replacing the retiring Ken Owens. Also like to welcome a new principal. That is the newly appointed principal at Summit Drive Elementary, currently serving as an assistant principal in our district, Jennifer Woody. Jennifer? And Jennifer, and I'm neglected to ask, Kate, do you have anyone with you this evening? Okay. Jennifer, do you have anyone, any family or others with you tonight?
I do have my family with me, my husband and my 2 children.
Well, certainly congratulations to you and welcome to them. We appreciate them joining you tonight. Thank you. Newly appointed assistant principal Rudolph Gordon, Mary Acton. Congratulations. Do you have anyone with you?
I do.
Thank you for being here as well. We appreciate you joining us. Newly appointed assistant principal, Blythe Academy, Chelsea Stewart. Chelsea, congratulations. Do you have anyone with you tonight? Thank you. Welcome to him as well. Newly appointed assistant principal at Monarch, Jamie Christian. Jamie, congratulations. Do you have folks with you as well? We're glad to have you here supporting her tonight. Thank you. New assistant principal, Gateway Elementary School, Jake Gambrell. Jake, congratulations. I believe you have some folks with you. Appreciate you all being here tonight as well. Newly appointed assistant principal, Greenville Middle Academy, Jordan Hudson. Jordan, congratulations. I believe you have someone with you as well.
Yes, sir. My husband Dylan and my daughter Berkeley.
I'm glad to have them here as well. Congratulations. Newly appointed assistant principal, Fountain Inn High School, Mac McDougall. Mac, congratulations, welcome. You have anyone here with you tonight?
I could not fit 2 Great Danes in my car.
Congratulations and welcome, not only to your new job, but welcome to Greenville County Schools. Coming to us from Florence, one of the Florence School Districts, Lake City, I believe, correct? The next introduction, Joy Sims, Assistant Principal, Golden Strip Child Development Center. Joy, congratulations. Do you have anyone with you? Ah, okay, well, welcome to you and congratulations on your new appointment. And to conclude with the introductions, newly appointed Assistant Principal, J.L. Mann High School, Sarah White. Sarah, congratulations. Do you have anyone with you? Well, welcome to him as well. Congratulations to all these individuals. We look forward to you assuming your new roles of leadership within our district and in our schools. Again, congratulations. We look forward to working with you as we proceed into the next several years. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Royster. And while we are doing introductions, Mrs. Presley has asked for a point of privilege.
Thank you, Ms. Bush. The hits just keep coming in a good way, y'all. Tonight, we are privileged to have in the audience another group of future educators from the Malden High School Future Educators Program, along with their teacher, Ms. Rachel Turner. I'll start by recognizing 6 of the members and then 2 who today were a part of a signing where they actually signed with the colleges and or universities that they'll be attending. So this is exciting news, y'all. First, and if you guys will stand, and I'll recognize you, and if everybody will hold their applause until the end. Vanessa Felice, she's going into K4. We have Trinity Franklin. She will be a first grade teacher. We have Jenny Leonhardt. I hope I got that right, Jenny. First grade. Kyla Webb, special education. Isaac Davis, high school math. Emma Perry, a physical therapist. And I would also like to recognize Caroline Wilson and Hunter Wilson. They both signed this morning for the Expressway to Tigertown, and they will be attending there next year. Caroline will be a preschool special education teacher, and Hunter will be going into middle school social studies. We could give all of them a hand. Ms. Turner, if you'd stand up as well, please. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you very much. All right, the next item on our agenda is the appearance of visitors. I am going to ask Dr. Stiles to read our policy.
Thank you. As each speaker's name is called, he or she should proceed to the podium at the end of the board dais where there's a microphone and a light system. Each speaker has up to 3 minutes to speak to the board. The light system will be green for the first 2 minutes and will turn yellow when 1 minute remains on the speaker's allotted time. In keeping with board policy KCA, abusive language or personal attacks aimed at students or staff members will not be permitted. All speakers are expected to behave in an orderly and respectful manner. The board will not engage in discussion with the speaker or respond to comments. The superintendent will designate a member of the staff to respond to each speaker in an appropriate and timely manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stiles. The first person on our speakers list tonight is Gregory Fielder Amon.
All right, thank you. I want to say when I came to sign up to speak, the reception was very, very pleasant. However, when I asked about the rules or if there's a student handbook, there is not one. And to find out the information I was looking for was kind of cumbersome. Rules, laws are very important. I noticed as I speak with some students in the community, they are very unaware of the rules. And I believe that some of the administrators administer rules sometimes to the disadvantage of students. I know that the Constitution is the law of the land. Even Congress can't make laws to supersede it. But some administrators, it has come to my knowledge, violate students' rights when they interview them or interrogate them about certain matters. They deny them an opportunity for their parents to be present when some incriminating questions may be asked. And that's a disadvantage for the students. And I understand even out in the larger community, you know, sometimes the police will say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. But you should be afforded an opportunity to have representation in very serious matters. So that was mainly my concern, because I understand that there is a school to prison pipeline for African American boys in particular, and African Americans in general. So therefore, that is a huge concern of mine, that the rules be, I know you can't give everybody a handbook, but they should be made aware of where the rules are that govern their time at the facility. You said a yellow light would come on?
You got time.
Oh, okay, okay, well, thank you. Yeah, but like I said, I know that you all have an awesome task to do, but from a community perspective, I am a vice president of the NAACP, and we want our people to advance. A lot of times they have an opportunity to come to school board meetings and don't, and just other things that they don't do. But those who are in charge, you know, we recognize that you are our servants, and we expect that punishment to be administered fairly, and that the students be given the opportunity to have representation when they have very serious matters that they have to engage in. I don't know if the school teaches civics, but when I came up, we had civics, so we learned a little bit about the law and what would be expected. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Almer. Our next speaker is Jennifer Bazale.
Good evening, school board. My 8th grade son attends Fisher Middle School. He is in the Gifted Talented program, a straight A student in honors classes, has never been in trouble, and happens to be autistic. He's been bullied each year at Fisher Middle and 3 times by students this month alone. I firmly believe the climate set by school leadership allows bullying and other poor behavior to thrive at Fisher Middle. The climate at the school has been worse than we could have ever expected during my son's time there. It is one in which students feel empowered to act out. The principal sent a letter to Fisher parents in March to have conversations with their kids about vandalism. And I quote, "We do not believe that this is a singular grade level, as markings are being found across all 3 floors and on both sides of the building." The bullying of my son this month alone include a boy trying to remove the bathroom stall door while my son was in the stall, a boy captured on video in the stairwell throwing orange into his chest, and the exclusion from lunch with peers, ironically during Autism Awareness Week. A group of boys paid money to banish him to the Nest, which is an area outside the cafeteria. Although there were supposed safeguards put in place to prevent students from participating if they felt uncomfortable, my autistic child does not have the capacity to understand the gray areas of choice, especially in a school environment where submission to authority is required. The principal at Fisher Middle has yet to provide me with any evidence of these safeguards being presented to school staff. The fact that the school allowed an autistic child to be exploited by a fundraiser during Autism Awareness Week is abhorrent. The bullying form on the GCS website was never mentioned by school leadership. Office staff didn't know that it existed when I asked for it. Additionally, the link to the form on the Fisher website is broken. I believe the form is avoided at all costs, as it is a mark against the school and the district at the state level. Most importantly, after all of the bullying, not once did the principal offer anything to support my son physically or emotionally. Fisher Middle School received a Schools to Watch award in 2022, which is supposed to recognize schools of excellence. GCS District and Fisher Middle School leadership is on the Schools to Watch board and provides direction to the program. It seems to be nothing more than a mutually beneficial collection of educational leadership to promote their schools while covering up glaring and unaddressed deficiencies. I propose the following solutions for the board to consider. 1, investigate the 3rd bullying incident with an independent third party to recommend corrective action for school leadership. 2, update district bullying policies. The last time they were revised was in December of 2011. 12 years is way too long. 3, ensure that all schools present the bullying form as an option and ensure that they will not be penalized for its use. 4, ensure that ombudsmen are not being swayed against the student by school leadership before parents can connect with them regarding an issue. And 5, ensure that the parents and teachers have a voice outside the leadership structure of the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Basile. Our next speaker is Michael Joy.
That bullying topic again. God, it's got to hit us in the heart. At this point, we know better. The Bible teaches us, right? Virtuous living. This is something that has to end, and it comes through virtuous teaching, right? And people just getting in their heart that that's not okay. It's not okay. It's time. What are we waiting for? Reminder, we're here for God's children. That's what this is all about. We put God first. All these things work out. We don't really have to do a lot when we put God first. It happens. It just happens. There's a couple of reminders that I do. That was one. The next is pornography. It's the same argument. If we really haven't had the topic come up in a bit, but I wonder if it still exists. There were several books that were discussed here in the past. And just black and white, it's illegal. We don't have to wordsmith anything. We don't have to hide behind rhetoric and lawyers or things like that, right? And I've heard discussions about, well, that's book burning and stuff like that. No, it's not. If you want your child to have it, go buy it. Anyway, enough said on that. There's one thing that's bothering me a little bit. And I just want to call attention to it. Right now, I guess we're going through the strategic goals and planning again, and that is such an important time for us all to get involved. The thing that I want to look at or call attention to is, what should the first goal be in our strategic planning? It should be about the children, right? What does the first goal say? It's about student achievement. Here's the twist, though. In the next couple of words, it's as measured by the state. That's not putting the children first. That's rhetoric. We got to put the children first. We got to put God first for the children. It all works out. So that rhetoric, that's exactly what it is. It's twisting words and hiding behind things. It's putting the state first. And that sounds a lot like another topic, I guess, that I won't say right now. We all hopefully get it. But this is an empowered group that's here that we could make a difference, a real difference for the future of our children. It's the time. It's strategic planning. Let's make a difference. We've been given the opportunity. The news of the past, right, and the things that are going on in the world, this is our chance right now to get it right, to repent, to get it right, to put God first. So I hope we'll take advantage of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joy. Next item on our agenda tonight is the superintendent's report. Dr. Royster.
Thank you, Ms. Bush. I have a brief report tonight. It's really sort of a precursor or a preview of a future committee of the whole item that we likely will do in June. Probably won't be able to put it in the schedule for this next month. Having to do with the various pathways that we have to try to build our own teacher workforce. I didn't know that Ms. Turner and her class were coming tonight, so I guess you should always be careful when you plan to talk about somebody. They might show up. So I was going to talk a little bit about not just Ms. Turner, not just her students, but Ms. Presley had already mentioned earlier about the expressway to Tigertown, and some of you can see that banner and the audience can see it, which really describes what that is. Been on the board a little while. You heard us talk about it when we first put it in. And today we recognize the first two graduates. But in short, it's a joint effort, a partnership between us, Greenville Technical College, and Clemson. And if you get in that expressway and you do those things that are prescribed for you to do, you in essence can finish your first 2 years of college at zero cost. Your first year as a student while still in high school. Your second year at Greenville Tech, college transfer, tuition free. The third step is having taken the courses prescribed and made the grades required, you're automatically, if you choose to apply to Clemson, you're automatically admitted. So 2 years free, automatic admission to a university that is highly sought after as far as admission. Tens of thousands of applicants for a few thousand freshman openings. But more importantly, the opportunity to earn 2 years worth of college at no cost to your family. We have that set in place. We were able to do that and do it extremely quickly, considering generally the bureaucracies that revolve around such efforts. We have the ability to put that in place with others now as a model. But the two students who signed today, who are the first signees, both are leaving us with a full year, basically their freshman year of college. The other students that were here tonight have some varying number of hours, including their first education courses accomplished. This is one of many efforts that we have underway to try to improve our teacher pipeline. So I talked about the first step being taking your courses with us in high school. The second step, Greenville Tech. That third step, matriculating and finishing at Clemson. We want their first step to be to sign a contract with us to come back and serve our community and our students. And again, this is set up in a manner that we can replicate it, and we're in the process of replicating similar programs with other colleges and universities in the state. So if we wanted to draw your attention to that, we're going to talk more about it, present more detail about it, have opportunity to ask questions about it, likely at the June Committee of the Whole. But congratulations to all of those young people who are here tonight, who are participating in that program, particularly to Caroline and Hunter, our first two signees, so to speak, taking that next step and ultimately completing their program at Clemson. And I would be remiss if I didn't say go Tigers.
Thank you, Dr. Royster. All right. We are going to move into our action items now. The first item in our action items is the nomination of Glenda Morrison Fair as the South Carolina School Board Association Region 15 Director. She was just recently elected to fill the unexpired term of Lisa Wales, and so now it is time for us to send her back to continue the good job. So the recommended motion from the Committee of the Whole is to nominate Glenda Morrison Fair for the office of South Carolina School Board Association Region 15 Director for the term beginning 2023. It does not need a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Congratulations, Ms. Morrison Fair. The next item is our long-range facilities plan capital improvement program. And the recommended motion from the Committee of the Whole is to approve the April 2023 long-range facilities plan and capital improvement program as presented and outlined in the long-range facilities program CIP document. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. We have a recommended motion coming from the Committee of the Whole to approve the transfer of $85,077,560 of unassigned general fund balance to the building fund in order to fund the capital improvement program as presented. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. The architect selection for Woodland Elementary School addition project. The recommendation coming from the Committee of the Whole to approve the architectural firm with which successful fee negotiations are achieved to the proposed new addition project at Woodland Elementary School. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. The lease agreement renewal at Hollis Academy between the School District of Greenville County and the YMCA of Greenville. To approve the lease agreement, it comes from Committee of the Whole to approve the lease agreement between the school district and the YMCA of Greenville for approximately 1.5 acres of property on Hollis Academy campus. Is there any discussion, any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Approval of the annual audit plan. This comes from the Audit Team Committee to approve the 2023-24 annual audit plan for the external auditor, prioritizing to ensure the CARES Act, ESSER, the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund expenditures are not double counted, and two, to ensure that the district is complying with all South Carolina Department of Education guidance related to ESSER funds. That comes from the audit team.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion or any questions? And I want to thank Mr. Cochran for being our chair of this committee and doing such diligent work to get us here tonight. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, Motion carries. Next item is property acquisition for Bryson Middle School replacement. And
Madam Chairman, I move to approve the purchase of 73.8 acres of property along Fairfield Road and Wilson Bridge Road for future construction of the Bryson Middle School replacement.
corrections is Fairview.
Fairview.
Fairview Road, okay. Have a motion, do I hear a second? Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. The next item on our agenda is the legal representation of an employee.
Madam Chairman,
Taylor's.
I move to approve providing of legal representation for Marsha Williams in accordance with board policy GAEA in the matter of 2023 CP-23-01549.
Several seconds. Is there any discussion or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. That is all of our action items tonight. The information items, we have a roster of our board candidates. We also have a committee liaison reports. Do I have any committee, Mr. Sailors?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Just as a quick briefing, as everyone knows, this past Wednesday, the South Carolina School Board Association hosted their annual visit to the Capitol in Columbia. Mrs. Milton and I were able to attend, and it was a good opportunity to connect her with members of our legislative delegation. While we were there, the Senate was working on what has now been an approved state budget on their side of the House. There were a number of amendments being presented that day, of which none were approved. So the budget, and Ms. Horton might correct me if I'm wrong, but the budget was approved as it came from the House to the Senate with no amendments. While we were there, the House was primarily focusing on issues that were associated with a capital punishment issue, which had nothing to do with our visit. But just for your information, this week when they go into session today, the House started a conversation and debate over the tax credit legislation. So we'll be hearing more about that. We did have some presentations for the group from two former state representatives, Wendy Brawley and Rita Allison, which were well received. And then as far as the committee work itself goes, as soon as the staff is able to complete some of the research that we requested from them related to impact fees, the committee will reconvene, discuss those recommendations, and bring whatever is applicable to the board at that time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Sailors. Any other committee reports? All right, thank you very much. The next item is the monthly finance report.
Thank you, Ms. Bush. Ms. Stack, I don't believe you have anything to draw particular attention to in the report, but certainly we'll answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions? No questions? All right, that's the last item on our agenda tonight. I would like to take just a moment of personal privilege. I would like to sadly say that we have, in the northwest part of the county and throughout Greenville County, we have lost a member of our Greenville County Schools family, Mr. George Champlin, who is the principal at Heritage Elementary, at Slater Marietta Elementary School, formerly the vice principal, assistant principal at Heritage Elementary School, lost his battle his long battle this weekend. And so I would like to just personally ask you to remember his wife Mel and his daughter Kat with your thoughts and prayers. I think his service is going to be this weekend, so would like to remember them. He was a very special person in our Greenville County Schools family. So thank you very much, and I will entertain a motion.
Madam Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Have a motion in several seconds, and is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. We stand adjourned.